Earlier this year, we got our hands on the Teracube smartphone that got a lot of buzz at CES 2020 because it offers a fairly competitive phone in terms of specs and features, but a very generous 4-year warranty. The whole idea behind the warranty, according to the company, is to help save the environment and promote sustainability since there's so much waste created by replacing phones as often as we do. Well, the company is back with a new $99 smartphone called the Teracube 2E, which has lower end specs, but the same 4-year warranty. Unlike the OG Teracube, which has a premium glass and metal design, the 2E is noticeably cheaper in quality, featuring a predominantly plastic build with fairly thick bezels for 2020 standards. We have a rear-facing fingerprint scanner that works pretty well and is honestly a delight to see because I don't have to worry about Face Unlock not working when I'm wearing a mask, which is pretty frequently. This works almost 100% of the time, which is pretty nice. Now the headphone jack is nice to see up top, and there is a dual SIM card slot with a separate micro SD card slot for expandable storage. But the coolest and the most nostalgic feature for me has to be the removable battery pack. You can pop off the back of this phone super easily to have access to the 4,000 milliamp hour battery. You can also easily disassemble the phone and replace the parts thanks to the pretty universal Phillips screws. Teracube says there's no glue here and spare parts will be available, which helps this phone be more sustainable and environmentally friendly, of course. With that said though, the one downside that goes along with those practices is that you don't get a charger with your purchase. You only get the phone and a case inside the recycled paper box that uses soy ink, I will add. Now you probably have a spare USB-C charger available, but if not, you will have to pick one up separately. Now the display, it measures in at 6.1 inches with a 720 by 1560 resolution, and it is an LCD panel and not an OLED display. Honestly, that's fine, but it is starting to show its age. It's nothing special in my opinion, but content appears surprisingly crisp and clear for such a relatively low resolution display compared to, say, the flagship Android phones on the market. There is a teardrop notch for the 8 megapixel front-facing camera, and here's a selfie to give you a sample of the kind of quality you can expect. Now the phone runs a nearly stock version of Android 10, which is, in my opinion, not a bad thing at all. The company says it'll support 3 years of Android and security updates, which is kind of important if you're gonna hold onto this phone for 4 years. But because the software is so bare bones and there is no bloatware pre-installed, thank goodness, the phone doesn't run too slow despite its relatively low-end MediaTek Helio 825 chipset with only 4 gigabytes of RAM. I definitely could see this phone slowing down over the months and years. I mean, it's already definitely not the fastest, but the warranty does cover performance, which is reassuring. Also, for the price, you shouldn't really expect a blistering fast smartphone. And along with that, you also shouldn't expect too much from the cameras in terms of quality. We're looking at a 13 megapixel main and 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on the rear with a bunch of camera modes, including a pro mode or a manual mode. But even if the quality isn't great, I think it's still pretty amazing to see an ultra-wide camera sensor included here for a phone that costs around 99 bucks. I mean, we just saw Google finally include an ultra-wide sensor in its premium flagship Pixel 5 smartphone that's 7 times as expensive, and I doubt it's going to be 7 times as good as the ultra-wide sensor we have here. So with these two lenses, you have a pretty good amount of flexibility for your photography. I mentioned earlier there's a 4,000 milliamp hour battery included, which is quite generous and should easily last a full day with moderate to heavy usage. And if it does start wearing out over the months and years, you can, once again, as mentioned, easily swap it out. So to summarize the Teracube 2E, I will say it's nothing too special in terms of specs and features or even hardware, but if you're on a budget and you plan on holding onto this phone for 4 years, there's really no other phone that I can think of that would let you do that. I mean, the fact that it's DIY friendly, you can easily unscrew everything and take it apart. You have that really generous 4-year warranty, which covers all parts, performance, labor, and even 2-way shipping at no cost to you. I think that's pretty darn amazing. Now, right now it's available on Indiegogo for about $99 via their super early bird special deal. I'll place a link in the description if you're interested. Also, I think it's worth mentioning, I didn't mention this earlier, but it works with carriers in the US, including like T-Mobile, AT&T, Cricket Wireless, and Metro by T-Mobile, as well as carriers in Canada, Europe, UK, Singapore, and many other countries. So let me know your thoughts on the Teracube 2E in the comment section below. Are you interested in that warranty? Do you want to see more companies adopt something like that? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDoug.com. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you right back here in the next one. See ya.